Right, and let's stop talking about the result yesterday for a minute and let's actually focus on something that might be a little bit positive. This is loan watch. So Manchester United have got a hell of a lot of youngsters that are currently out on loan, and by and large, they're putting in pretty decent shifts. I want to focus a little bit more on the standout loanees rather than just listing every single person and giving you an opinion on what everyone's done. And I want to really focus on some of the games that I've actually seen, the ones that are making a little bit of noise, the ones that might even push for opportunities in Ralph Rangnick's team. You could start cancelling some loans, pulling them back and saving the season in some parts. There's some players that have had some big performances in the FA Cup, which is not to be sniffed at. We've seen the likes of Laird secure a loan to Bournemouth, tabletop in Bournemouth in the Championship. Axel Tuanzebe has joined Napoli, who are in the last 16 of the Champions League and been one of the top sides in Serie A this season. So he's going to be an interesting one to track the development of. But I want to focus on a couple of loanees that I think everyone has started to really come to the boil on over the last week or so. And the first one of those is probably no surprise to you. There's three that I really want to focus on, but the first one I want to talk about today is James Garner. He's been creating a hell of a buzz because United have got a technically limited midfield, and we know that they're going to play week in, week out. Now, they combined to score and actually put United through to the next round against Aston Villa themselves. But let's not beat about the bush. We all know that they're limited and perhaps not good enough. And Garner's performance against Arsenal in the FA Cup, we started to see glimpses of a real talent. His ability on the ball probably stood out for most, and that's the major gripe a lot of fans have with McTominay and Fred, actually. But his work rate and his attitude were absolutely flawless. His game by numbers against Arsenal, 100% of aerial duels won, interestingly enough, 76% pass accuracy, 41 total touches, 6 recoveries, 3 clearances, 3 ground duels won, 2 successful long passes and 2 interceptions. He looked confident, he looked determined, he looked quality. And it's not quality in a team, oh, aren't they doing well because they're fighting and scrapping? No, he looked genuine quality. If you had to say which was the team that was the Premier League team, you're not saying it was them fellas wearing white. You're not. Nottingham Forest looked a step above Arsenal, and Arsenal are actually above United in the table. So let's take note on that. This wasn't a decent performance against other teams in the Championship. They're not United level. Literally put in a brilliant performance against a team that's above United in the table. Next up, Dijon Bernard. A lot of promise being shown, and he's absolutely loved at Hull at the moment. And I got to be honest, I was shocked because last season he went to Salford and did okay. You think that's a big drop in at United to Salford and only doing okay? You're supposed to stand out, but fair play to him. He's learned. And then he's gone to the Championship where you can't hide. You can't just be a little bit all right. You're going to get found out whether you're good or not. He's gone to Hull and he's developing a cult following. He's absolutely loved over there at Hull. 80% pass accuracy. 120 minutes he played against Everton this weekend. 8% pass accuracy. 12 ball recoveries. 9 out of 11 ground duels won. 6 out of 6 tackles, 4 clearances, 3 interceptions, 3 attempted take-ons, 3 successful take-ons. Excuse me, centre-half is what I'm saying. Kicked on a level. Absolutely levelled it up. And again, this isn't somebody, oh, he's doing all right, he's playing against Luton. He's playing against Everton. He's playing against Everton. And if you had to tell me which was the young centre-half in that team that United would go and spend 30, 40 million on, previously, I'd have said Ben Godfrey. Looking at that, Dijon Bernard, step above, absolute step above. And then finally, Teden Mengi made his debut for Birmingham against Plymouth in the FA Cup, and they did lose the game 1-0, but all the noise was him being the best player in either kit on the day. Absolutely blown away with everybody. For those who know Teden, for those who've seen Teden, it's not really a shock. This is who he is. But the performance was self-assured, It was confident. It was assertive. It was decisive, which you've got to have at a centre half. And it's the hardest thing for a young centre half to have. And it's the hardest thing for a loanee to walk into a club and be decisive. You're kind of looking around, who's the leaders in the team? Who am I going to follow? What's the team dynamics? What's the social dynamics? Nah, he's gone in, he's played his game, and he was, I won't say flawless, but he looked like one of the more experienced players in the team. He diligently went about extinguishing the increasing number of fires that Blues were allowing in their penalty box. He demonstrated all the physical attributes that we know he's got, and the reason why he's been accelerated getting these loans at such a young age. All of the sort of physical attributes that you need to have in the Premier League. He's got pace, he's got power, he's got great technique when the ball is at his feet. He showed the kind of leadership and character that he's just lacking, supposedly, in today's generation. Now, there's a lot said about the current crop of youngsters coming through. Yes, they've got talent. Yes, they've got this, that, and the other. But where's the leaders? Where's the characters? Teden Mengi, and actually, I'll give him the credit as well, Jimmy Garner is one of those. Those two have got character about them. Character. Real character about them. And that's something that the current Manchester United side lacks. Whether it's Ralph, whether it's whoever comes in next after Ralph, you could do a lot worse than give some opportunities to Teden Mengi and to Jimmy Garner. Because I'll tell you what, if all you get is the right attitude and the right stuff, you'd be happier. Because we're not seeing it in the first team at the moment. But big ups to all of the United youngsters that are doing bits on loan. But those three in particular, Bernard, Mengi, and Jimmy Garner, top performances. Absolutely loved at the clubs that they're at. And I hope one day that's the same case in the Stretford end. And we're seeing them pulling on the shirt for United week in, week out and getting the same sort of adulation because the performances are there for them. They just need the opportunity. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.